So a floating boat also is called unsinkable ship. So in this case, it's different than the sailboat. The sailboat is using forces like the wind pushing it. In this case, we're trying to let the buoyancy of the boat hold on to the weight and hold as much weight as possible. So the boat that holds the most weight wins in this case. So what you have is you have 2 foot of saran wrap. Saran wrap, when you pull it out, so you pull the saran wrap out, have the camper grab the other 2 corners when you rip it or cut it, and then have them go sit to the table. One of the hardest things about this is the saran wrap gets crumpled up. So try and hold it flat, set it down, and then build from there. You also get 5 straws, and then you get a foot of duct tape. So that is the start of it. And then again, you don't get involved after that. Pretty much leave it up to the teams to work together to try and figure out how to make some sort of boat that holds on to weight. I'm gonna do an attempt here, and then you guys can check it out. So here's my prototype, and you know, it is what it is. But we're gonna take it, we're gonna put it in the water like that, and first test is just to see if it floats. Put it like that, it looks like it's floating pretty good. Now it also says pennies for weights. You'll pretty much find any kind of weight. Sometimes they're beads, flat beads, sometimes they're marbles like this, sometimes they're actual weights right here. So these are the actual weights. These are pretty heavy, so I'm gonna try and go to the smaller ones first. So the main part about this challenge is whoever gets the most amount of weights already gets the top points. So if you have another group coming in, you start at that weight, because you can spend a very long time counting out weights every time. They might get a little bit bored. So if you go to like 25 grams in this case, then we're gonna call it 25 for every time. So when you put a new boat in, you start with 25. Now, where you place it is important. So you don't just place it all in the center, you move it around. So we're pretending these are passengers on the boat. So I put it like that, look at that. It's holding on to 5 grams. Sinking isn't hitting the bottom. Sink is when the water comes over and starts touching the passengers. Of course, you're on a boat, you don't want the water to start streaming in. That's when your boat is sunk, right? So that was 5, this is 15. Notice how I'm distributing it around the outside edges to give them the best chance possible. And I continue doing that until I start seeing water come on the edge of the boat. And this is what we normally call floating boat or unsinkable ship.